All right, how's it going, everybody? That part's probably gonna get cut out. Actually, let me say it again. How's it going, everybody? My name is Infamous Isaac, and I'm here with a video. Not on my normal setup. If anything, I'm doing this on my phone, but I needed to record this because I just wanted to get something out for Thanksgiving. Because I just finished watching Uncharted, a movie that I've been wanting to watch for a grip now, and I just haven't gotten a chance to. But it got added to Netflix, and I just been looking for a time to watch it because like my interest was kind of waning a little bit because I heard it was an alright movie, but you know, I just watched it, I finished it, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it. I'll give my score right now. It was a 7. It was a fun movie. It was a good watch. I can say that I enjoyed it for the most part. There were some parts that I kind of found boring. Like the beginning was a little like, oh, actually no, not the beginning, more like the beginning going to the middle part of the movie was kind of boring to me. But once we got to like the end of the movie, it was fire. It was generally fire. That's when most of the good stuff started coming out for me. But let me get into the details. So I have like 20 minutes to record this, right? Because that's how much space my phone can handle with the video. So it's probably gonna be a really, really quick one. But overall, this movie is about Nathan Drake, based on the PlayStation series Uncharted, same name. But this one has Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg in it instead of Nolan North and all those people, right? I never played Uncharted. I've never seen anything on it. I don't know anything about it at all. But my friends tell me that this series is like it could basically be a movie. So the fact that it is a movie isn't surprising, and they expected a lot from it. So going into this, I was like, oh shoot, if the series is that good, then there has to be something here, right? That's why I was interested in it. And Tom Holland's a good actor, so I was expecting a lot from it. And I go into it, it's chill. Going in, seeing him as a bartender was fire. In the beginning, for me, it was just like, okay, it's feeling a little rushed. Like we're going through a lot of this, not getting a lot of exposition, which is fine because, you know, I I don't expect movies to have 2 hour long expositions because this movie was already 2 hours long. So it's like, oh, all right, whatever. But it was moving a little fast in the beginning, so it felt weird to get adjusted to. But overall, it smoothed out towards the middle and the end because it kind of took it slower, and I got used to the characters more. I got a feel for what they were like and their vices, their problems, so on and so forth. But as we're going through, we're learning about, oh, like, hey, he met Sully, or what's his name? Nathan met Sully. They're going about this plan because Sully knew Nate's brother, and now they're trying to find this gold that was left behind by Ferdinand, or yeah, I think Ferdinand Magellan and his crew, and they're getting these keys to go to an auction house to get the key. They leave, they go to Spain, Barcelona. They find the other key with this other person named Chloe who actually had the key. And now Nate and Chloe are going through the bottom of the sewers and all that, while Sully's at the top, and they're doing like a two-man run type thing to find the puzzle, the clue, all that stuff. And they find it, but Chloe betrays them because it turns out that the ops that Sully was racing against, basically, they hired her, and so now there's Chloe, and there's also Joe, who worked for the ops. Joe was like Sully's guy, I guess, like ex-girlfriend or something, or they used to work together, and Chloe worked with Sully and Nate. So now it's those ops versus Nate and Sully, and so they're rushing, and Sully basically reveals that he left Sam to die, which is Nate's brother, and it's revealed that Joe was the one that killed him, or so we think. So now Nate has some trouble with that because he didn't get the full truth, and it turns out that Sully's a liar and a fraud. That's what everybody's been saying this entire time. So now Nate and Sully are on a plane. They're they're on board trying to get what they need to go back and find the treasure. This plane scene, I'll talk about it later, but it was so fire, so fire. They get on the plane, a bunch of action scenes happen. They leave the plane through unforeseen circumstances, and now Nate and Chloe are back together again because of those unforeseen circumstances. And now, yo, stop talking. Oh my goodness. And now Nate and Chloe find the place. They sleep together, but Chloe can't let go of her mischievous and distrusting ways, so she tries to steal the thing while he's sleeping. Luckily, Nate is smarter than that, and he realized she's probably gonna try to steal it, so he made decoys. And now he finds the ship by himself. Sully had a tracker on Nate because of the beginning scenes in the movie, so they meet up together. They kind of hash out their things together, at least for the most part, and then Joe attacks them. She finds them and she goes to kill them, basically. Then they have this whole fire action sequence with the boat and everybody, and Sully basically hijacks the plane. He, well, more action scenes happen, and lo and behold, the final three left standing are Sully, Nate, and Joe. Joe tries to kill Nate, but Sully makes this final move to be like, "Oh, yo, I'm gonna save your life, dog," and he saves his life. And now they're friends. They're genuinely friends. And that's where the movie ends, where Chloe realizes she got duped, and now they're chilling. And the last thing we get is, what's his dude's name? Sam in prison for the most part, from what we can tell. But this movie overall, like the soundtrack, it wasn't memorable, but on the ship, it was pretty fire. The soundtrack on the ship was pretty like, it meshed well, and it actually got me to notice the soundtrack, so that was pretty cool. The action scenes, fire. A lot of the action scenes I thought were cool, but for the most part, it was like the beginning in the auction house. I thought that scene was really cool. I thought the scenes in the club in Barcelona was really cool. The ship action scenes are really cool. My favorite one by far was the plane. The plane action sequence was so fire. So fire. I genuinely loved it. But overall, the action sequences, big budget film, it had to be. Besides, Naughty Dog reference in it, that was so fire. Naughty Dog, that sticker had me geeking when it was in like the suitcase that one of them opened. I forgot which one. Oh no, it was Nate. It was Nathan Drake. But action sequences, I already went over that. Music as well. The characters, they were cool. My favorite one was definitely Nathan Drake because Tom Holland just did a good job playing him. And I'm not saying that like, oh, I know Nathan Drake. It's more like I just like Tom Holland. So Mark Wahlberg, excuse me, Mark himself was cool. He was cool. Chloe's actor was chill. Joe's actor was a, oh my goodness, bro. Like the way people feel about Zendaya was the way I was feeling about her. Shoot, I feel the same way about Zendaya, but oh my goodness, like her actor was bad. Oh my gosh. Props to her for just existing. She's fire. But her actor, biases aside, was alright. She didn't have much screen time. Her lines were the same old, same old. And the other characters besides those four were really like non. They weren't really present. They didn't have many things like making their character up. It was just, oh, the bad guy, the main bad guy. His dad was selling their worth. Chloe and Joe kill him. That's it. Like he didn't have much substance to him. Like besides that, most of the characters besides those four were side characters. They didn't really matter. So it's like the characters overall were alright, but there wasn't much to the other characters besides those four. So it's whatever. But story was fun. It was fun. It was simple. It was cool, and it was just overall a fun watch. It didn't have like any giant, no, well, not contrivances. I don't think that's the word. More like, I guess things that are like didn't make sense. Like, oh, how does this? Well, actually, I guess some things didn't make sense. Like the fact that they stole from a multi-million-dollar auction house. How were their names not plastered on the wanted list? Like that made no sense to me. How were they able to fly? Like obviously they had a private jet, but even then, like how did they get past all those people and everything? Because that was in New York that the auction house was in. New York is a big city, one of the biggest in the country. So how in the world did they not get their names plastered on the what's it called, on the wanted list? Like at least Nate, because his face was seen all over that auction house. How in the world did he not like put a wanted list on him, or at least mention it in the movie? I don't know. That was super weird to me. But that was honestly one of the only things that I had a problem with it. Besides that, this movie was a 7 overall. It was a fun watch. Nothing crazy. Not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it was. I don't regret watching it. It was a fun, enjoyable movie. But that's gonna be it for me for now. Thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoy. I didn't run the 20-minute time, so I'm glad. And I hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving. Hope you have a great time with your family, all that stuff. Enjoy the food, everything. But I don't know if I'm gonna be uploading much during Thanksgiving. I just had the time to upload now. But thank you all for watching nonetheless. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.